So anyway, the word of the day is savvy. Savvy is the word of the day. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Um, Still in the same trade from way back beginning of the day. So it's really the only trades that we have going on that are doing anything. But man, are we doing something right? We are short the cues and long open, right? And it's glorious because there's nothing else to do. So if you came in, if you guys know the story about Open, right? It was the poster child or one of the many poster children of 2025, the year of the dog shit stock. And I've been doing this my whole life. I've never seen a year where the majority of good trades were on worthless piece of garbage nothingness, virtual penny stocks, reverse stock split, bankrupt, absolute dog shit stocks. And it was one after another, one after another. Even the quantum stocks, those were all bullshit penny stocks at one point, and everybody got excited. The rare earths, all bullshit penny stocks that were all garbage. And even the nuclear stocks, a lot of these companies don't even do the thing that they say they do. And that's why I became bearish, because usually when you were scraping the bottom of the barrel, so the trend is you got, let's call, I don't know, MP, the rare earths company. That's the one that started it all, right? So rare earths are starting to perk up. Oh, okay, let's go look for some rare earth stocks. And then the second tier, like the USAR, start to move. And then you're like, oh, this is becoming a fad. Let's go look for some other dog shit versions of rare earth stocks. Oh, look at this one. It just has the word metal in the name of the company. What do? It doesn't matter. And that's where we were. And that's usually bearish when you're buying stocks because of the name of the company. That is where you are. You're psychotically bullish, and it was working until it doesn't, right? But then 3 weeks ago, when these stocks started to roll over and get hammered, it was the metals first, because those were virtually penny stocks. Some of these stocks were 2 cent, 3 cent stocks trading at $15, $20, $30. And it was one after another. Now, the thing is, I've been waiting for the market to sell off because all of these signs are called the dash for trash. When you're trading fads after fad after fad, to me, that's an unhealthy market. But the market never goes down. And then you got the dash for trash. And when that seems to be the only thing that's going on, that's usually bad for the market. But the market never goes down. And then Oracle comes out 2 months ago and has this insane gap up. And I'm like, all right, this is ridiculous. I got to be shorting Oracle. And Oracle was working. And I'm thinking, all right, that's got to be the top of the market. Nope, market never goes down. So finally, we give way, right? And it took 2 months for this to turn. And now we're in the turn. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Milk it for every damn penny you can get. Because right now we're short. I'm still short from yesterday morning when we confirmed everything. UVXY went up, Qs broke VWAP, and we have not recovered since. So I'm still short the Qs from yesterday morning, and I'm not getting out unless they rip it from my cold dead hands. And now that we're under 602 on the Qs, I'm lowering my stop to 605. So if the Qs are under 605 going into the end of the day, I'm staying short over the weekend. I'm not covering. And we're the savviest motherfuckers on the planet right now because we're long the one stock that's ripping and we're short the market. And every other trade, absolutely incredible. I mean, it didn't matter what you went with. Just stick with earnings plays. DraftKings, boom, right? Yeah. No, but that was my trick. Yeah. I don't own stocks. Just remember, I'm always bearish. Every stock's going to zero. That's my default. I'm trapped in a bull market. And listen, when this selling is over, what's going to happen? We're going to go up. It's not like the market's topped out for life, right? And that's what I love when I was talking to somebody. He's like, market's definitely hit a top. Okay, what do you mean? This is a hedge fund guy. He's like, no, man, we just, this AI thing can't last. I'm like, what? You think it's over? Like, you think the market just hit a top 3 days ago and we're never going up ever again? He's like, well, I mean, we probably will. I'm like, oh, okay, so it wasn't a top. So don't call it a top. There are no tops. If you haven't noticed, no matter how bad the market gets for any period of time, inevitably we break all-time highs. That's why I say the market never goes down. And obviously, I've been a victim to shorting because I've done it at the wrong times. Now I'm in at the right time, but I'm not delusional about it. As soon as it turns, I'm getting out. Just like open. If you came in laughing like I did, oh, look at all these new bag holders that bought it at 8 and 9 and 10, thought the stock was going to go to 30 today. That's insanity. The stock had already ran from 50 cents to $12. What more do you want? 50 cents to $12. That's an amazing trade. And there was plenty of opportunities to get in at $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. It was a great trade. And it's been a great trade. Still is a great trade. So if you came in today, you just go back to the default. Hey, did this company just report earnings? Yes. Okay, it's gap down. Great. Is it breaking VWAP? It is. Buy it. And that's how you stay a viable, profitable trader. Commentary is for Jimmy, right? Jimmy's out there still trying to figure out what's going on, right? Because Jimmy only hears parts of the story. Hey, aren't you the guy that says the market never goes down and now you're short the market? Exactly. Right. Just like this open trade. Let me say this again. I think OPEN will be at 0. I would almost guarantee it. This stock will be at 0 inevitably, be delisted, and then probably be resurrected as a third company because OPEN used to be Open Table. And for as far as I'm concerned, it still is. I don't give a shit really what this company is, but I know what they are. And that's why I really think they're definitely going to 0 because nobody's buying houses without doing walkthroughs. Nobody's buying virtual homes. Nobody. It was a good idea for 5 minutes. You're not buying a house without going to see it. You're not. You could list it. You could do a 360 virtual tour, but nobody's purchasing your home. It's in a car where you could sort of buy it online and then hope it's good when it gets there and then send it back if it doesn't. By the way, Carvana, I'm shorting the shit out of this thing too. I'm gonna punch this Carvana so hard in the face. Not today because it's already fell on 120 points. I'm not psychotic. But if it rallies and it rolls again, I'm going to shove this stock right back to hopefully 185. But who cares about that? Let's talk about commentary, right? What I just said, nobody cares. I don't even care what I'm saying. So what I care about is that OPEN, right, got slammed last night, was getting slammed this morning, and all I'm thinking is, when do I buy it, right? And look what it did. You're in at 5. You got paid to 550, got stopped out. You buy it back at 550, 555. You got to 620. Bang, you're selling at 620, and we're still in because we're still waiting to see if it goes green. And there was dozens of other trades. This is by far the greatest market to trade. Let me just say this, and I mean this part. So I don't want to confuse anybody. When I said I'm done owning stocks, right? No more SRAD, no more Clove. I got 300 shares of VICR, which I'll probably dump today. Where is that stock? Oh, it's actually back down 85. So yeah, I should have dumped it yesterday. NVTS represents how I feel about the market. That stock, I was on the right side of it and somehow lost money on it every single time I was in it. No matter how much if I held it for a week, it would go up a week and a day later. If I held it for 3 months, the day I sold it, it would start to rally. The stock owned me, right? The stock owned me. And I got crushed. And then it exploded to the upside, right? And I'm thinking, here goes another stock going to be 10x without me. And then it turns A little profit taking becomes a sell-off. A little sell-off becomes a little sell-off. A sell-off becomes more of a sell-off. And then next thing you know, you got some negative news and then have their earnings report, and now they do an offering. And this fucking piece of shit represents the whole goddamn market. I'm never going to own stocks ever again. You could shove SRAT up your ass, Clove, VICR, Tesla, Palantir. I'm a bear. The market's a Ponzi scheme, right? But I know how to play it. I'm never going to commit cash to a scam that this market is, right? But I'm not going to be on the wrong side of it like I was between 2012 and 2015 fighting a losing game, because I know when this starts to turn, it's going to rip and it's going to break all-time highs. Market never goes down, and that will be back. But right now, we're trading what we see. That's how you make money. You can't deny what's going on today, right? You can't deny open. You can't deny the Qs broke 607.50 and went to 605, and now 605 gets you 602.50, and 602.50 gets you 600, and 600 gets you 597.50, and then we're going to crater, and we're going to be closing at 585, and we're going to be at 585 on Monday. Do I need to be right about that? Nope. What I need to be right about is not getting out. So whatever happens between 601 and 605 is irrelevant to me now. As long as the Qs are below 605, I'm staying short, because this whole market's going to Jerry the fuck all back. That Oracle trade 2 months ago is exactly what's going to happen to this whole market. It's going to give back that froth. And we're in the middle of it, and we got at least 15 more points, possibly 60 points to the downside. It's 10%. You never seen a 10% correction before? It happens all the time. We're in it now, and hopefully it lasts. Right? Palantir and Oracle. Palantir, Oracle. That's all we needed. We needed the underpinnings of the market. And everybody was talking about, oh, no, that weak breath doesn't mean anything. Sure it does. The weak breath is the foundation giving way under the kings in the back. The S&P and the QQQ. Or forget the S&P. The Qs are the king. Sending the troops in to battle. The battle's being lost, right? That's your breath. You're getting slaughtered. Your USARs and your rigatonis and all that bullshit momentum stocks, it's done. Momentum's done. It's momentum to the downside now. So the only thing left standing was the damn QQQ, because it's the mighty, mighty Qs. But if you're going to chop legs off and grind up the ground underneath, eventually the Qs are going to give way, and we're going to get ourselves a correction. What's we're in right now? Stealth correction up until yesterday morning, where the Qs said, we're going to roll over. And since the rollover, there hasn't been a reason to cover since. And that was at 624 yesterday morning. Still short, not covering, not covering, not covering. Planning to hold short over the weekend. So when we crash on Monday, I'll cover and then go long. So while the market's crashing on Monday, chances are I'll be cashing out, covering my shorts, and going long while everybody's talking about their new short thesis. I'll be covering, just like I did in 2001, when everybody was getting ready for a bear market. And I was like, the bear market just ended 2 weeks ago on the Josh Brown bottom. And that's when we started buying Carvana at $13 a share. And it's all going to happen again. But don't deny yourself now what you're seeing. We're giving way. We're giving way, finally. And look at what Oracle's done. That's the market. Look at what Palantir's done. 222, right? In the aftermarket, where is it now? 170. So let me just be perfectly clear. I hate every freaking stock. Whatever stock you're in right now, it's overvalued by at least 250%, except for Tesla. Because if you don't know about what's going on with Tesla, man, they're about to build a robot drone army powered by AI. And he's going to probably colonize Mars and the moon. It's where you want to put your money. But after it crashes, so when Tesla's back to 285, what? Why? What? You don't think Tesla's going back to 285? Why? It's just a stock. When Palantir's at $80 again, I'll buy it. But every stock is completely worthless. Every one of them. They're all garbage. This whole market's a Ponzi scheme. It never isn't a Ponzi scheme. But what I learned a decade ago is that you can't get in its way while they're building the pyramid. But you better get on the other side when it rolls over, because what goes up comes crashing back down. And then we'll sift through the rubble and we'll see what's going on next week. And if you're not enjoying the most ironic sell-off in the history of the market, this is it. This is the ironic sell-off. This is why when JC the other day, he's like, so you're going short into the most bullish time of the year? Yes. Yes, I am. Because ironically, this is what's playing out right now is exactly how I thought it would play out. But again, it's not what I think. The Qs broke VWAP yesterday. I'm short. That's it. Because I could have been wrong again, because I've been wrong plenty of times about being short. Kind of where the mantra the market never goes down comes from, because I've been a victim. And right now, these 24 points that were up on this QQQ trade, I'm looking for another 15 points, right? So I get to, my risk reward now is 5-point risk, or really 4-point risk, to see if I can make the other 15 to possibly 45 points to the downside. That's it. That's trading. You don't got to be right or wrong. I'm right now. If I'm wrong, 605 on the Qs, I'm out. But if I'm right and the Qs are below 605 for the rest of the day, I'm staying short over the weekend. And if the market gaps up on Monday and rolls over, I'll add to the short. As long as I don't get stopped out, I'm staying short. That's the point. You know, I used to just become delusional and just never cover. And I would always fight the market. I'm not fighting anything now. I'm on the winning side. And I know, right? I know that it ain't going to last, right? Because the market never goes down, right? See, there's where it comes in. I'm not delusional. I know as soon as this market turns, everyone's going to come piling back in and it's going to start ripping. And guys like me are going to be like, oh, no, it's just a dead cat bounce. It's just a little short squeeze. No, as soon as it starts to go against me, I'm out. And that's the lesson I learned from when I lost all that money in 2012 and those 3 years. So now I have to milk this for all I can get out of it. I've been waiting what seems like 3 years for this move. I'm not getting out. We're breaking 600 now. We're going to 595 and then zero. It's over. I win the car. UVXY up on a Friday and you want to buy stocks? Well, you were buying open. Yes. Because it broke VWAP. So we're the savviest motherfuckers on the planet right now. We're short the Qs and we bought the one stock that actually told us that we should be buying it today. Actually, there was two. There was DraftKings. And that worked. I guess SRAD worked for a minute there, but that stock's a dog shit, garbage piece of shit going to zero. I thought you said it was going to 50. I did, Jimmy. I did say it was going to 50. But then 3 analysts upgraded it and things changed. You see that, Jimmy? You see, that's what happens with trading. Things change. And then you change. And if you don't bend to the will of the market and volume-weighted average price and market mechanics, you will lose again. You see? That's how you do it, Jimmy. It's not about what you think. It's great when what you think starts to happen and is validated by market action. But don't ever forget, Jimmy, that we don't know anything. I didn't know open was going to go up today. That was my premise. And then it broke VWAP. Push the button, Jimmy. Jimmy's probably going out there. Jimmy's probably somewhere out there. But you said the stock was going to go to zero. I know, Jimmy. And it probably still will. But it means nothing to us today because today was earnings day, Jimmy. You get it? Oh, this guy said the market never goes down. Now he's talking about being short. Yes. Yes, I am. And I've been talking about it for 2 weeks now. Jimmy, get your head out of your ass, Jimmy. You want to make money or you want to talk about semantics? Nothing matters other than what you're doing. And right now, we're doing everything right. Jimmy, if you would just come back to the trading room, since that one loss you took with us 7 years ago, we've had some pretty damn good trades since then, Jimmy. I know you're all butthurt sitting out there watching this video right now, Jimmy, right? You still probably own that stock, right? How's that Yext working out for you? Where is that nowadays? Still $8. See, I told you to sell it at $27.50, but no. Jimmy only heard part of the story. Well, you said it was going to 50. If you haven't heard, we got a trade that works every time. And if you keep taking that trade, you should come out ahead. Unless you're Jimmy, of course. Jimmy over here. $585, Holmes. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. If not today, then Monday. And then we buy and possibly go long. Usually Thursday, Friday week equals Monday week, turnaround Tuesday. So hopefully that's exactly what we're going to get. You heard that, Jimmy? You hear what I just said? I just said Thursday week, Friday week, usually Monday week, turnaround Tuesday. Does that mean that's going to happen, Jimmy? No. But that's what you prepare for because that's what normally happens. So then, Jimmy, what you do is when something not normal happens, right? You don't do the thing that you were planning to do because the market's telling you it's not right. You see how that works, Jimmy? You see? It's pretty simple. Hey, I thought the market was going to be up today, but I noticed UVXY was green. That means the market's not going to go up. It's really that simple. A plus 1 is 7. Yes.